Assalamualaikum semua. Of course, ini adalah episod yang saya nanti-nantikan dari break tu lagi selepas habis Ramadan tu. Inilah kembalinya Cakap Ramadan live di YouTube saya dan juga saya akan juga serentak live di Facebook. Belum lagi live Belum kan? It's coming to be live soon. Anyway, sedang live di YouTube sekarang ini saya dengan Ustazah Shameem.
Halo, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Alhamdulillah, terima kasih pada Masjid Alamin, pada Ustaz Syafiee yang telah pun menghubungi Ustazah. Thank you, Ustazah. I know you're super busy. Okay?
It's okay. They called me yesterday though.
Ustaz!
But it's okay. When I hear that it was you, okay can lah. Tak payah prepare dengan Fiza O.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. I take that as a big compliment, you know.
It is.
I think that's like, Masya Allah. I feel so, when he said, okay, because we need to find, so this month, of course, Cakap Ramadan was actually hanya untuk Ramadan. Cakap Masjid hanya untuk Ramadan. But during Ramadan, Masya Allah, I think the amount of people yang suka, they felt this was like a different kind of show, very interactive. I mean, there's a lot of kuliah yang very interactive, but this is live. This is live, and then they get to like be anonymous when they ask, which is also already happening in masjid, kan?
Yes.
But then there's a moderator, and I'm the moderator, and then when they get through me, it's like really I tak tahu siapa muka dorang, apa nama dorang, and sometimes they really like the question being flashed on the screen. So hari ini, so because Ustaz Syafiee and I were talking about kan cuti sekolah tak lama lagi bulan Jun ni kan, so actually I as the exemplary mom, saying it full of sarcasm. I as the exemplary.
Are you excited?
I am like, what do I do in June? Sebab ada mak-mak ni kan, ada mak-mak ni dia sangat-sangat exemplary. Dia macam apa betul mak pula? Okay, we'll get to that soon. Dia bukan macam mak, dia macam susah jadi mak. Dah boleh Belum So ada yang June holidays ni dah plan tau. I'm going to do this. The first week I dah ada staycation. Second week I akan buat some hands-on stuff at home.
Tak ada timetable gitu lah.
Ada timetable.
Tapi kita orang macam, oh man.
Do you have friends like that? Ada timetable untuk June holidays?
Ada.
And when I look at that, I'm like, jauh terpelanting aku ni. How do I even get that level? Dia macam, nanti dia buka kalender dia. Let me see my calendar. Aku macam, no.
Okay, I baru tanya my husband, bila you free ni, I nak book ni staycation.
You dah tanya. Good job.
Okay lah, one step up.
One step up. So I was like, June holidays agak sampai Actually I have a confession. So before I left my full-time job, I was busy, but I actually had this like macam random play dates to the zoo. I ada random play dates nak ajak anak pergi zoo ke, all this taman-taman negara ke, lepas tu staycation. But now that I'm on my own, I feel like I'm having more tougher time to plan random trips.
Betul. Because you feel like want to plan is more difficult kan. Macam dulu macam lagi senang kan. Betul. I feel you.
You how do you overcome that, Ustazah?
How do I overcome that? Kadang-kadang kita macam, I just told my husband, macam kita ni, sometimes my work come first, anak ke belakang pula. Do you feel me?
Yes, I feel you so much every day.
Yeah, then I feel so guilty that the kids come first, and bila kids ni yang lain ke belakang pula. Then macam I say, macam mana ni nak balance ni? I find it difficult to balance. Because sometimes our attention need to be more at like a certain place tau. So macam kita dengan kerja, apalagi nak sekarang lepas Ramadan, it's getting hectic. Everybody's going back to work. I'm like driving every day. Dulu macam lemak kat rumah je.
Sekarang macam dah back to momentum kan. And then you are struggling. I feel like Syawal kali ni is like macam rasa macam penat. I tak tahu kenapa penat lah. Nak kata I masak biryani untuk 40 orang pun tak.
Jalan Raya?
Jalan Raya not very intensive. Sometimes at home I'm like I'm like a Raya Grinch, you know. Ada orang yang macam I nampak kat Insta story I. So I rajin kat Insta story tanya orang kan. So I tanya, okay, berapa banyak rumah yang you telah pergi sejauh ni? Sebab sometimes we measure ourselves against ourselves. Alah, pergi 5 rumah je, orang lain pergi mesti banyak rumah. Ada orang kata, I pergi 40 rumah tak banyak sangat kot. So I wanted to measure, and some people shared, and this was question I tanya minggu lepas berapa banyak rumah you pergi pada the first 2 weeks of Raya kan, first 1.5 week kan. Ada yang kata 50 rumah.
50, I'm so demoralized kan.
But kebanyakan yang cakap 4 rumah, 2 rumah. So you feel like okay, getting there on track. Ada kata 10, ada kata 4. Dia banyak yang kata 3, 4. Ada katakan no lah Fiza, I think I'm more of like macam if you want to come to my house, you come to my house. Yeah,
okay,
because I have kids, I don't want to pressure myself. And I think that's the best way. Jangan pressure yourself.
Dengan SA1 sekarang, exams.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know what happened? Your
Apa?
doa. Ingat tak? That time I came here, you macam shocked I didn't get COVID.
But by the way, sumpah tak doakan you about COVID. I saw about COVID. So I liked the post. But I did not know what to say to make it. I want to say, oh Ustazah, welcome to the club. How does the tone sounds like? Sebab kadang-kadang when you type, you berjenaka. But you're kind of serious. And then bila you berjenaka, kadang-kadang bila wrong timing, orang boleh trigger tau.
Betul.
Orang boleh trigger. Macam orang cakap like, welcome to the post-COVID club. But I'm like, bila tengah sakit, you don't want jokes.
Yeah, but it's okay lah. I think that this time round, because all 6 of us got it.
Semua dapat
Semua dapat. One for all for one.
Almost exactly a month ago, Ustazah kat sini. Then I'm like, Ustazah dah kena COVID. I tak pernah kena COVID. I'm like, how? Anak you 4 orang. Suami you pun seorang guru. You guru. Suami you guru. Anak-anak you sekolah. How is that possible? I didn't get it.
Yes, and when I got it, I remembered you though. Aku ingat dulu Fiza cakap, alamak macam mana.
Ni mesti dah Fiza ni. Dia masih macam sibuk pasal aku punya COVID. Tak. I'm very impressed. In fact, baru-baru ni, anak I sekolah kan. So ada sekolah tambahan ni. Dan dia punya admin person said, Miss Madam Fiza, besok tak ada kelas sebab cikgu anak I ni kena COVID. Then I'm like, baru kena. I never said that lah. I'm like, baru kena. Wow, amazing. But in anyway, congratulations, 2 tahun tak kena.
Itulah. Tapi kena pun because my father balik umrah.
Of all,
dia balik umrah, dia kena, dia tak tahu. So the next day he dah positif, kita dah pergi jumpa dia semua, kita dah peluk-peluk semua, habislah.
Bila dia kena COVID, you like a matter of time.
That's okay lah. Tapi okay lah, we had a staycation at home, tak payah nak isolate.
That's the best part. Bila semua dah kena COVID ramai-ramai kan, bila semua dah kena COVID ramai-ramai, you feel like okay, at least you get to spend time together.
Betul. Tapi like what you say lah, it's macam dah lepas Ramadan, baru nak start raya berapa hari sekali COVID pula. Habis now like I've been to only a few houses. I nak kena catch up.
I remember you time Ramadan I rasa. You just shared something like jemputlah ke rumah. Was it you?
Was it me? Tak tahu. Jemputlah ke rumah.
Oh no. It was in your classes. It was in your classes.
Oh yes.
It was in your classes. Jangan lupa tau. Jangan lupa tahu. Oh, by the way, kalau di Facebook yang tengah live sekarang ni, selamat datang ke Fiza and Girlfriends. Hari ni Cakap Masjid dengan Ustazah Shameem Sultanah. Yeay, alhamdulillah. Ustazah Shameem, terima kasih because it was you yang telah memulakan Cakap Masjid on Girlfriends.
Ya, ada Ramadan kan?
Awal Ramadan. It was our first time meeting each other.
Nasib baik boleh minum sekarang.
Sekarang ada. You suka air panas ke sejuk?
Tapi I'm okay with this.
I know you're okay, but are you a hot person?
Depends. Yeah.
Or like more of cold.
I'm a plain water.
You're plain water? Yeah. Masya Allah. Like naturally you love plain water.
I love plain water. I boleh tak boleh kalau tak ada plain water.
Oh, okay.
My whole family are like that.
Bagus tak ada macam paksa-paksa macam minum air putih, minum.
Oh tak, my helper kena paksa. My helper, I kata minum air. Tak boleh, dia macam bingung tengok kita orang minum air. Botol-botol.
Keluarga ni hydrated sangat keluarga ni. So I ingat lagi, by the way jangan lupa untuk follow Ustazah Shameem Sultanah di Instagram, di Facebook beliau. I've tagged her on the Facebook. Kalau you kat Facebook sekarang, I tag her on Facebook, and I usually will tag my Ustazah and Asatizahs on my Instagram, so you can easily like contact them and ask them questions or follow them, because almost every single Ustazah that I've interviewed have their own initiatives. For you yourself, Ustazah, you have your own company which is called apa nama company you?
Sekarang Inspire Institute lah.
Inspire Institute, which have their own kuliah-kuliah online that you can subscribe to, and I love it. I've subscribed to some of the kuliah, and I was going to subscribe for the Syawal one. I terlambat, but one thing good
bukan
is
you je terlambat.
I terlambat.
Semua orang tengah mood raya.
Tapi one good thing is, even if you terlambat, you can actually catch up.
Betul.
And I love to catch up actually. I suka macam the backlog. Macam boleh apa tu binge.
Yes. Hikmah COVID
Hikmah COVID. You macam dah learn how to binge, like.
Yes.
And I dengar ketika gosok baju, sometimes you will have like macam screens kan. So it's really very nice. Very macam mana macam you dengar sharings of like friends, of course with an ustazah lah. So you can actually follow ustazah in class. And when I followed your class, you mentioned something like selamat hari raya everyone, nak datang ke rumah, dia datanglah ke rumah. And bam, next week kena COVID.
Itulah.
Kan?
Siapa sekarang boleh datang, semua datang.
Sekarang datang dah boleh. Alhamdulillah. Kuih-kuih apa ada kat rumah Ustazah?
Kuih I anak-anak I yang kerja kan.
Masa gitu
top up I sudahlah, apa-apa je lah kat depan.
You macam top up, jangan makan sini, makan kat sana. Makan kat Tupperware yang ada, jangan makan kat sini. Itu adalah mak I punya perangai dulu.
Oh, ya dulu pun gitu. Kita tak berani nak sentuh.
Yang dia cantik punya Tupperware tu kan, cantik punya bekas kuih kan. Mak cakap jangan makan sini, kau makan kat Tupperware tu. Makan juga.
Itulah, tak apalah, let them enjoy their raya.
So hari ni kita nak cakap pasal susah jadi mak kebetulannya, because I mean holidays are coming up. So kadang-kadang challenge adalah when you want to be the best mom for your kid untuk June holidays. Sebab tapi ada yang rasa bersalah sebab you still send your children to childcare sebab you kerja.
Yes.
Kan? And you feel like tapi yang ni dapat ajak anak pergi London lah, ajak anak pergi luar negeri lah, pergi KL staycation lah, kan? So Ustazah, what are your plans for June holidays for your kids?
Oh, I baru nak plan. baru nak tanya my husband bila you free and all that. I think the first thing is kita tak payah compare diri kita dengan orang lain lah, because I've not been going to overseas for many years also, and I try not to compare myself with others. Ada yang boleh pergi silakan, ada yang tak boleh pergi, ada yang kat rumah, ada yang kena jaga mak bapak yang tua, ada yang kalau nak kena hantar anak pergi childcare pun it's okay, it's your me time. It's your me time. So tapi yang problem ni adalah orang-orang yang di sekeliling kita ni yang suka buat kita rasa macam bersalah. Kau tak spend time dengan anak kau hantar anak kau pergi sekolah, holiday, kesiannya kan, gitu. So I sometimes got this kind of comments also, you know, and it hurts.
You second guess yourself.
You macam aku ni mak yang jahat ke, mak yang macam tak spend time dengan anak ke, macam we try to question ourselves lah. Tapi macam whenever I talk to my husband, he will always reaffirm you're a good mother. So I think this is where husband and wife have to play a very important role lah. Macam you're a good mother, you're doing your best, Allah know you're doing your best, is okay. You don't have to impress anyone. So macam okay, kalau school holiday sekarang, apa yang you mampu buat? Ada yang nak pergi staycation, tapi mungkin financially tak cukup. You don't force yourself. There are other ways of spending time with your children. Kalau you tak ada time, katakan you memang betul-betul very sibuk, spend at least awal-awal June holidays tu kita pergi somewhere. Jadi the rest of the school holidays you tak rasa macam terlalu guilty tau. Okay, I've brought them somewhere, I've spent time with them. So macam try to do something productive right at the start lah of the holiday. So you rasa macam fine, I've done something and I felt macam good gitulah. Then
at least you start one.
Betul, start one. Ni pun I nak start one.
Start one. So at least macam kadang-kadang ni kita cakap okay, tak apa, nanti kita buat. Takut nanti sampailah sekolah buka.
Betul. Yes. Right? So you have to macam have to arrange, because my daughter, my eldest one is PSLE this year. Dia in madrasah. Lepas PSLE ada 7 more subjects ISPE. So nak holiday, tapi I don't want her to suffer. I don't want her to macam belajar. I told my husband, no, we go holiday, we go staycation, she still need to macam her brain needs space to think and all that.
Betul.
So tak payah ikut orang lah, kita buat apa yang terbaik untuk our family lah.
Macam but that's the hard part also. What try, because you will be surrounded by people around you, and not necessarily kawan-kawan tau. Because you will also have kadang-kadang cousins, who are moms. You'll be surrounded by other family members who are probably mumming differently.
Betul.
And then you get measured up against them.
Betul.
Macam dia boleh buat gini, kau tak boleh buat gini.
Betul. It's true. Sometimes kan orang tak cakap tau, tapi kita sendiri yang compare with other mothers. Mungkin kita punya sister-in-law, ataupun kita asal dia macam semangatnya buat fishball sendiri. Kan aku main fishball instant, you know, this kind of things. Aku main air fryer je, tapi we think about this, I'm a very bad mom, you know, I don't spend much time. I think the most important people to know that you are there for them is your kids. If they know that you are there for them, you love them, it's okay. Macam sebelum I datang sini, I dah masakkan my kids. I have food for you.
Yeah.
That's my sign of language for them. Macam my love, I'm showing you love. I'm not neglecting you.
What is a
Tapi
love language?
Love language. So macam they know, okay, Umi's there. I'm eating Umi's food, but Umi is always checking on me gitu. Jadi macam I think just do you lah. Just do you. So not all mothers can just stay at home.
Yeah.
A lot of mothers are working outside, and we still need to work. We are very busy, but that doesn't mean that we don't love our kids any lesser.
Some love language would be like macam I make sure before you sleep I get to read a book untuk you.
Betul. That's
That
very
could be
important tau.
that could be your permanent love language. Every night you know tau, macam your mom is busy every day, but every night they make sure that I'm with you.
I'm with you.
For this part of the day.
Quality time. I have a doctor. Dia datang, dia tanya I'm very busy. He's a doctor. I only have 15 minutes with my kid before he or she sleep. I think she sleeps. What do? I said make that 15 minutes worth like, that 24 hours. Some people 24 jam dengan anak. Tapi diorang buat dengan phone, dengan apa, diorang tak kisah pasal anak diorang. So it's not the how long or how much you are with your kids. How do you use that time, that quality? So 15 minutes make it macam betul-betul look at into her eyes, cakap how much you love her, listen. Kadang-kadang parents ni dia suka cakap tapi dia tak suka dengar. I'm guilty.
I'm guilty. But you have 4 kids. But you have 4. I have 2. Like macam kadang-kadang macam especially like kids, they repeat kan. I've heard this story, dengar. Ibu,
How old are your sons?
my son, the youngest is turning 6 end of the year.
So
that's the repeat. Dia macam, I know how to spell this. Aku tahu spell, tahu. But sometimes aku like, macam we remind each other. Like macam my husband like, awak, kadang-kadang you feel like, dia merengik. Dia like, dia semerengik ni. Like, why can't you be like more mature? Then my husband will like, no, dia tengah nak attention you. Dia actually tengah. Dia actually dia manja. Then I'm like, next year P1 tak manja dengan aku lagi. So that kind of like, tak apa. Merengik. Okay. You want my attention. So kadang-kadang you go like, when that thing happens, you go astaghfirullahalazim, am I a bad mom? Like you say lah, some people they bake for their children gluten-free cakes. Ada yang macam I tengok and bukan ni perasaan I betul ikhlas, bukan I jealous macam like yelah kau tunjuk. No, I love it when moms actually put out on Instagram what they do for the kids. I actually love it because to me it's like, oh that's nice. Macam nak buat ni. Macam, oh that's nice. What am I doing? But I'm like, oh that's nice. I'm really happy for them.
Yes,
betul,
happy.
jujur. But you feel like, okay now,
what am I not doing?
Okay now, what can I improve? So trying to be a perfect mom, of course. Thank you Ustazah for letting us, for reassuring us that kadang-kadang that 15 minutes, ada yang kerja nurse, ada yang kerja long hours. Malam tu jugalah you kena kerja.
Betul.
When your kids are sleeping, so you feel guilty that you're not by your kids when you're sleeping at night, but you are with your kids during evening bila mereka tengah having the dinner. So that's when the timing is important for them.
Betul. That you need to find some time which you have that simple time. If I can say, bila budak bangun tidur, that's the most important time. Like how you bangunkan budak. I know lah kita macam cepat pergi sekolah. I know we can like so rushing, but
yes.
that's the time when if you can. Even my daughter yang 12 tahun dengan my son is 10 years old, I still kiss them on the forehead. Kadang dorang macam tired, kiss them on the forehead. I think it helps. When they want to go to school, you smile at them, it helps. And then when they come back from school, you welcome them. Okay, that's another important time. And then the last time is before they tidur. So these 3 times are the time when you really have to pay attention to
so
kids.
bangun tidur, wake them up, pergi sekolah, and then kedua?
Dia bangun tidur tu
Bangun
memang
tidur, first thing.
pergi sekolah. The third thing is bila dorang tidur lah malam. Balik sekolah pun like what you say lah. Umi, you know my friend, sometimes the story is like apa ni?
Dia macam long-winded and not getting anywhere tau.
Tu lah
macam adult kamu tu sampan kan.
We have other important things I know in my mind, but you just have to sit and you just have to listen, and you really listen tau. Really, and you respond tau. Macam what happened? You don't know me, this one lah. Apalagi kalau my son, my 10-year-old cakap pasal game ke apa kan. I tak faham the term tau.
I tak faham. Tak faham.
Macam ya Allah,
Roblox
yes, Roblox and all that. I tak faham apa dia cakap.
You know this thing, the Roblox. Aku macam okay, yeah. It gets very boring. Macam like I need to post something on Instagram because my social media is work. Kan? I need to hang on. Ibu, hang on. Ibu, okay. What? and you say kadang-kadang you just give it 5-10 minutes. They will okay, they get it out of the system. Okay, now I can.
Betul.
Oh,
So
thank you,
they just
Ustazah.
want to talk, and I have to remind myself sometimes. Sometimes like what you say, kita nak post benda ni, kita nak buat benda ni, you have to
Kerja,
But like I tell myself, nothing is more important. Sit down, listen to them, give them that quality 5 minutes. They are happy. Lepas tu macam, oh, Umi listen to me, happy kan. After that they go, okay, kita buat kerja lain. So I think if I'm really busy, I have to like talk at 8 o'clock ke apa. I say, okay, can I talk to you later? Umi has a talk at like day and okay, Umi, later we come to talk to you. So I think to make them understand that we are there for them, we are listening to them. Kalau tak, nanti diorang pun boring, tak payah cakap dengan Umi lah. How many kids do not want to talk to the parents when they are like 14, 15? Because I don't think my parents understand me.
Yeah.
There are teenagers who came to me and say, I don't think my mom love me. So macam susah juga lah.
I would love to hear that, Ustazah. Can you please share with us again, like what kind of teenager problems yang you dengar first hand?
Actually teenagers, the problem is kita generation gap. Macam kita dengan mak kita jugalah.
Yeah, correct,
mak
correct.
kita. Sometimes mak kita, I don't know about your mom, but my mom she does not come from a family where it's easy to say I love you.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think,
same. Yeah.
Mak dululah. Okay?
Yeah, betul. I think it's the generational thing. Like we, to our kids, we like, I love you. Dia macam overuse. Sikit-sikit, I love you. Sikit, yeah. So, ibu, I love, aku dah dengar, I heard it. I'm good with it, bro.
Betul. Tapi daripada mak kita I hear that macam I'm proud of you, I love you. I grew up not having this tau. So but bila I dah tua-tua ni kan, dah bukan tua-tua sangat tapi macam bila tengah fikir kan, macam some people
Mid remaja.
But I actually memberontak when I was in secondary school. I had a friend, she's the only child. Mak dia macam buatkan dia breakfast. My mother was working night shift. Mak dia buatkan dia segalanya. So I tend to compare, why is my mom not like her mom? Then when I grew older, then I realised that macam, it's just that my mom's language of love is very different.
Yeah.
So macam, dan kita tak boleh salahkan mak kita, because they don't grow up with that. They don't have the information that we have right now. How do you want to show your love and all that. So I think now that we have the information, please do talk to your child. Please do listen. It's not communication is two way. You tak boleh berbual, buat ni, buat tu, homework dah habis ni. Tapi bila you nak listen to your children? Bila nak listen, memang diorang cakap nonsense. Diorang cakap macam apa entah tak penting. Tapi bila kita diorang punya age pun, we are like that. We speak that. Macam we speak that language. Like my daughter is 12 years old. I think what really matters to her is peers, looking good and all that, friendship. Itu macam, so it's like now with the handphone and all that, do we allow handphone and all that? How do I educate?
How do you allow handphones?
Actually, I gave my daughter probably is the last person in the class to get a handphone, but I gave her this year. But it's difficult to make them understand. But at the end of the day, she broke down. Macam, kenapa I tak ada handphone? Is it because you don't trust me? You can tell them everything, but their perspective is you
don't
tak
trust me.
I handphone sebab you tak trust I.
And trust is so important.
Yes.
And then you feel like, alamak, no, I trust you. Then give me the handphone.
Yeah. Macam, why you check on my message? Is it because you don't trust me?
So Ustazah, teach me your ways.
Itulah. So macam what I do is sometimes we cannot make them understand. Maybe because they are still young, they have not gone through what we gone through. Dulu kita pun zaman pager. You zaman pager tak?
Tak pernah dapat pager.
You tak pernah dapat?
Tak pernah dapat
pager.
pager.
Setahun je.
Okay, tahun
Habis diorang taruh klip kat luar tu macam gitu kan.
Like everyone has a clip. I have no clip. I'm like, macam mana nak bilang mak aku yang I need a pager
betul,
I never had a pager.
Okay.
But there's a blessing in no pager.
Okay, why?
Because no one to contact you what?
Betul. Okay, but I was the kind of person macam semua orang ada pager sih.
Tu ya. Macam like ada pager, ada page dia.
Itulah bila diorang pakai Discman, I masih pakai Walkman, macam alamak, aku feel out sih aku pakai Walkman.
I didn't have my Discman, I borrowed my brother. I tak ada. Because but growing up with that kind, you feel like kenapa tak dapat
Yes.
Kan? Kenapa tak dapat Like, don't you trust me? Nak dengar lagu-lagu hip hop je.
Betul. So it takes a lot of talking to her. But now I give her the phone because she start taking public buses and all that from school and from her school. So I realised that when I give her the trust and I correct her, still macam layang-layang gitu lah. Macam still correct her, but she's she's a young adult now. I want to think of her as a young adult. A lot of emotions and all that. Kadang orang macam dia bukan kurang ajar tau. Cuma it's just that you rasa macam kurang ajar, tapi dia sebenarnya bukan kurang ajar. So I always have to go back. Shameem, last time you were like that. How do I feel? I put myself in her shoes. As a mom, it's easier for us to understand our kids than our kids to understand us, because we have gone through that. They have not gone through what we are going through now. So I always feel like I shouldn't expect from her. I should be the one understanding her more. Then I'll get that she love me more. Macam semalam I have to go out. Mufti ni hari raya kan. Then my son ada Nahu, Arabic grammar punya exam. I was like, oh man, siapa nak guide them? She as a 12 years old, don't worry Umi, I will guide him. So dia buat semua, dia take picture dengan handphone dia. Umi, I taught him this.
Masya Allah.
I felt like, Masya Allah. My daughter is so macam matured lah. Masya Allah. So I think we just have to give them the respect, the trust, always talk to them, but also give in to them. Jangan, kau kena faham aku. Dan bila kita nak faham dorang, dorang pun kesian, dorang punya problem, dorang punya masalah. So I think we should listen to them.
That's a nice way of putting it. Because kita dah lalui journey dorang, but they have not gone through our journey and understand. And I think love is all about over communicating juga. What's your love language? Tadi bila you kata like, okay, when you compare yourself like with your friends, ada mamak dorang yang pack makanan untuk dorang, but so you feel like, how come you're not doing it for me? But your mom's love language is different. She's working, so her love language for you is different, like providing for you things that this mom cannot provide. So I realise that kita akan compare apa yang kita tak ada. Like my mom was a full on very hands-on mom. Balik sekolah mak ada, mak bungkus makanan. But then, and which is I love it, mak ikatkan rambut di sekolah semua. But then you turn to your friends yang mak dorang yang kerja, yang get to provide for them more things, yang macam the materialistic things. Dia kata bagus dia dapat pergi sana, travel sini, beli ni. But then I didn't see what probably they are looking at me. I get to bring to school every day, macam like good lunches, kan? Yang mak masak sendiri, mak buat sendiri, yang sangat sedap. But I look at what they have, like, cantiknya pen dia. Pen dia macam pen mahal. Dulu macam pensel yang apa? Shaker pencil adalah, ada wiggly lah. Then I'm like, basically, I kena tunggu bapak dapat bonus ke apa gaji, then you get but they get often. But then we don't see what. And both are different love language of parents.
So it's actually no point comparing, and we should always remind our kids also not to compare. Tapi diorang kids after all, kids are kids, so they will tend to compare. But it's okay lah. Macam for example tadi I bilang you, I don't get that from my mum, right? But I'm different. My love language doesn't have to be like her. So I sampai sekarang I pack for my husband and my children because I feel like I didn't have it. So I actually sekarang as parents, you realise that whatever you feel like you didn't have, you want to give back to your parents.
I see. Yeah, not like saying I mean I paid for my kids the snack boxes, but I didn't feel it as a thing I must do because I had it last time and I took it for granted. Probably. And when you didn't have it, you're like, I suka sangat ni, so I want to give them. I nak buat ni. Okay. Yang ini, okay. Assalamualaikum semua. Kata SJ, thanks for discussing this. Tak keluar pula. Kenapa tak keluar? Sekejap, nanti I'll check the team. Hafiz, the message tak keluar message. Message tak keluar. Message tak keluar. Kata SJ Ina ni, macam ni tak kabit show kan? Tak keluar. Tak keluar ke atas. So anyway, we're gonna read on. Katanya Ina, assalamualaikum semua. Thank you for discussing this. I just found out I'm going to be a mom.
Congratulations.
Masya Allah. First time I was very exciting very exciting very exciting. Dan kata Flor, it happened to me too. I membesar tanpa bercerita apa-apa dekat my parents.
Okay.
I think okay, I don't know about you, Shameem. I have a friend who just everything with the mom.
And I have a friend like that.
And I am like, how do you do that? Because I'm so scared of being judged by my mom. I'm so scared. Nanti kalau aku cakap ni, mesti aku marah aku. Mesti aku akan like take back those privileges perhaps. So semuanya I pendam sendiri. When I have kids, kata Flor, I think I will never do that to them. I want to listen to them and I want to be their best friend. And this usually happens when you haven't have your own family. Kids yet. So I'm sure have you ever felt that way as a youth, as a young adult?
As a young adult, yes, I feel like that. Tapi bila dah jadi mak kan, inilah dah tua-tua sikit. I realise that I also understand my mum, and there's something very important here tau. When you understand and you don't want to be like what you face like as a young child, you should not have grudge. Some people have grudge towards their parents. I don't have this from my mum. And then sampai mak dia tua, dia rasa macam aku tak nak jaga mak aku. Sebab there's instances. Sebab apa? Sebab mak aku tak pernah jaga aku. Sebab mak aku tak pernah tunjuk kasih sayang dengan aku. So aku tak nak jaga mak aku. So there are people like that. Now it's very important for you to release that grudge, because it's not a healthy thing. It's not healthy thing macam you nak balas dendam. Apa yang I tak dapat, I nak kasihkan. Tak. It's a healthy
But their mom takes care of them lah.
The moms, ada moms don't take care. Ada moms yang marah-marah, pukul. You know last time mothers with rotan and all that. Some parents garang gila macam tak boleh cakap apa-apa punya. So some children, they feel like my mom is not a good mom. So dia macam have this grudge. Sampai dia macam, I don't love my mom. I don't love. How people are all loving their mom. Why can't I love my mom? So macam you really need to let go of this grudge. It's a real thing. Okay, but it's for your own self lah. You need, this is a test that Allah has given you. Allah has given you such a mum. Orang mungkin orang lain ada mak yang loving, okay, tapi Allah test them with a difficult husband, a difficult mother-in-law, a difficult anything else. So kita orang ni mestilah macam Rasulullah SAW, he's always tested with difficult uncles, difficult this one. Jadi macam tak ada semua orang macam okay lah. There will be test from somewhere. So every time you feel like you are tested by your parents, you should look around you and say that alhamdulillah I have a supportive husband, alhamdulillah I have children that listen to me, gitu-gitulah. So you have count your blessings instead of holding grudge and holding on to the thing that you didn't get in your life.
But sometimes you go like, for example, you're tested with a challenging mother-in-law, for example. You might feel, okay, tak apalah, it's my challenge in life. I have a wonderful husband, or I have a wonderful mom. But the thing is, it's hard to ignore it because you stay with your mom-in-law. And that's a cabaran every day. How do you overcome a cabaran that you have to face hits on every day?
Okay. Personal experience lah. I also live with my mum-in-law. Kita semua, we are not malaikat lah. Kita semua, like two queens in one house. I live with my sister-in-law. Macam kita nak ada cara kita, nak kitchen kita macam mana kita kan. All these things. And this kind of things, what I realise is from my 13 years of marriage, I realise we just need to have boundaries. We just need to have boundaries and we keep it firm. Macam this is what I want and this is what I need to. And if I'm doing things right, nobody can change me. So these boundaries are very, very important. Now, if you have to make sure that the other party, your mother-in-law atau your mothers know this boundary. Contoh boundaries is like that. You cannot, for example, for a husband, dia tinggal dengan mak dia. The mother cannot disrespect the wife. So that's a boundary. Kalau mak dia go beyond that, okay, it's not like ni mak aku lah seorang, si isteri boleh cari ganti. That kind of people. No, that is boundary. Your mom crossed the boundary, you have to correct your mom. You have to tell your mom, no, this is cannot be done lah. This is my wife. You have to talk to her respectfully. Kalau the mother don't respect that, then you have to take your wife away and tinggal tempat lain lah, because that's the right of the wife. So kalau you as a daughter-in-law pun, you dengan mak mentua atau mak sendiri, it's not going to be easy because generation gap. Kadang mak dengan atau mak mentua, they going to say things that hurt you. Macam if you're not pregnant, for example, dah berapa tahun kahwin, mak mentua said every time you come, belum lagi, and you can get irritated or triggered. Kenapa ni mak you asyik belum lagi kenapa? So macam I baru baca ada parents ni suruh anak dia dengan menantu dia sebab dorang tak kasih tak ada cucu. Ada macam gitu.
Ada gitu
masih tu dah. Kan sometimes we face with this kind of mentality. Habis kalau you dah jadi mother, mak you atau mak mentua you kata tak payahlah breastfeed, ataupun tak boleh breastfeed ke, kau ni macam this kind of remarks.
Buat salah tak buat salah.
So I guess you have to have that boundaries. You have to know that what they say doesn't necessarily enter your mind. Dia masuk, dia bilang something, you are hurt, you have to say no, I have to let it go. So ada kawan, your husband atau kawan yang mana you macam boleh the person can help you macam neutralize things. Alah, ni benda-benda ni semua kau jangan masuk dalam otak kau macam just let it go. Tapi when it comes to a time when it's really abusive, the mother-in-law is really going beyond the boundaries, that's when you have to take a step and move out from the house lah.
Oh wow, I think cakap pasal anak and mak and this topic nampak macam common tau, but there's so many perspective of this. It could be pasal tinggal serumah,
betul,
dengan mak mertua. It could be ada yang pasal anak, ada yang cabaran dia adalah anak yang degil. I've had people calling me before, live time girlfriends, calling me before and cakap dengan I, Fiza, I have twin daughters, both in poly. One is okay, the other one refuses to talk to me. I have no idea what did I do wrong.
Okay.
I don't know what I did wrong. I dah cakap lembut sudah, berkasar pun sudah. I even wanted to threaten to take away her apa tu, duit sekolah. But my husband say no, don't.
He's a teenager.
Dekat poly. So it's like, I think dulu when I just gave birth kan, you feel like macam waktu tu adalah waktu susah. Memang susah lah, nangis, and then you also don't have your own proper sleep. You get triggered, irritated. But when I compare that stage to parents who are having grown kids, I think that stage is something I don't want to get to yet.
Betul.
Sangat susah, because that one is already like managing emotions.
Betul.
They can talk, but they don't want to talk.
Betul. Yang bila orang kecil, kita physically tired. Diorang dah besar, kita macam emotionally
tired.
Masya-Allah, yes,
kan?
betul.
Okay, so please keep our questions pasal we are going to continue asking Ustazah tentang her journey as a mom hari ni. Hari ni is like very generic, journey as a mom. Minggu depan Ustazah kena view at us again.
Yes.
I dah block book you, Ustazah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Ustazah, don't let go of me, Ustazah.
I won't lah.
Aku stalker Ustazah, don't let go of me. So okay, kalau komen you guys, please keep it on coming, and you can WhatsApp. Kalau segan nak takkan comment section, it's okay. WhatsApp, it be private and confidential. Tapi kalau you nak show macam gini, pun boleh juga. Kita akan share sama-sama, okay? Ada kiriman di sini. Hi Fiza, okay? Kebetulan kan pasal teenager kan? I'm a working mom. 3 teenagers. I always have this mindset untuk nak ada relationship macam kawan-kawan.
Betul.
So far, we share secrets every day. So this to make sure that the kids don't feel left out and don't have a mom to listen to them. Communication is important. It's important to have a close talk antara mak dan juga that problematic child. Mom kena ada open-minded and listen to whatever the child have to say. This is tough. Okay, this one looks like a idealistic world to me, because we all want to be our sons or our children's, our daughter's best friend. When things go along, you see something that's not right. You tak suka dia kawan dengan Danny, because as parents sometimes you see what your kids don't see. Like how my mom saw what I did not see. Macam ni tak bagus budak ni, kan? But the thing is, you cannot tell your child jangan kawan dengan dia, because you sound like a hater. But then you're protecting your child.
Yeah.
Then bila you dah mula cakap you don't like that person, that's it tau. Macam dia kalau keluar dengan dia, you will not know. Whatever happen between them, you will not know. And then the last thing you don't want to happen to you is you don't want to be not in the know. I feel lah.
Betul.
So Ustazah, how is this perfected to be like your child's best friend but to be a mom?
When your child is like teenagers kan, I treat them like adults. Like Nafisa is, to me, she's already a teenager lah. She's 12 years old. She's like, I pakai size abaya 54, dia dah 52 dah. She's just slightly shorter than me.
Oh, she's so tall.
She's that tall. People don't believe that she's 12 years old. So,
Masya Allah.
Masya Allah. So the way I talk to her is very different. And like what they say lah, macam I need to let her know that I'm there. I'm your friend. You can ask me anything. I won't judge you. Like if you like a guy, you ada crush dengan guy,
you tell it.
Yeah, you can just tell me. Because dulu kalau kita nak bilang mak kita, tak fikir pun nak bilang mak.
Oh, tak fikir. Kau jangan menggatal kat sini
tu dah. So but for her, I say it's a real thing, and she talk to me like things like, kenapa Umi macam gini, there's this thing. So she even vulgarities, she come back, what's this vulgarity, what's this word, so I'll talk to her, okay, what is this, I think we really need to be open with them. But then again, we do not know how open they want to be with us, because age kita lain. I feel like we compare ourselves dengan mak kita lah. Do we want to tell everything to our parents?
Yeah, we don't.
We don't.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever, like some things I am comfortable to share with my husband, I don't share with my parents.
Yeah.
Because their punya age, I feel like they don't understand me. Their generation. That's the same thing our children will feel like that. Mak aku takkan faham aku 100%. So I feel like I need to respect her. And kalau katakan dia ada kawan yang I tak suka, I think for me what I do is, I always like to share stories with my children. So from there, let them reflect. Let them reflect. And then when they reflect, they themselves macam, you derive that thing yourself. Kalau katakan macam mak kita cakap kita, kau jangan kawan orang ni, kau jangan kita pun macam tak apalah, macam we cannot see it tau.
Kita kan ingat macam mak kita tak faham kawan kita. Kawan kita ni orang dia baik, cuma nampak kasar tapi hati dia baik. Kan you think that our mom don't see, but our mom saw that. So yeah.
So but for me, kalau the danger is not so much, I feel like I buat bodoh.
Yeah.
I actually like that my kids go through failures and learn from friends, heartbreaks from friend. Macam that's how they learn in life. Kenapa kita nak macam kau kawan baik-baik je, kau tak boleh kena sedih, kau tak boleh, why? Then they will grow up not knowing how to handle their emotion. Dorang dah tua nanti, dah 20 lebih, ada orang macam kawan tipu dorang ke apa, they don't know how to handle their emotions because they have never handled when they were young. So I felt that let them be. Kalau kawan tipu ke, kawan apa, these are things that you need to handle in workplace.
Betul.
Keluar. So it's like let it be. You know, dia datang, dia cakap, my friend do this to me and everything. Then I don't say, oh, you kawan kau jahat, kau jangan tak kawan. I don't say that. I said, what do you think you can do and all that, you know. Then macam, okay Umi, what do you think? I already make her think lah, so that she can be a matured adult.
I see. Make them think back
Betul.
So kalau you pass, kadang-kadang they want you to pass judgment. Okay, for example lah, this is a good thing because kadang-kadang my son is 5. I mean K2 this year, going to be 6. So sometimes he tells me about his friends in class, like, oh, Ibu, this boy wrote this to me, tell me to get out, for example. Like, oh, that's not a nice thing to say. Oh, I don't like him, Hayan. But then now that you're telling me this, nanti bila dia dah berbaik dengan that guy kan, dia berbaik, because these are kids. Gaduh hari ni besok baik. Then bila dia baik, dia takut nak beritahu I. Because I've already passed that judgment.
Betul.
His friend. So thank you for like letting me know that, like macam giving me that perspective. Kita kadang-kadang paisi lah kan. Macam kita dengan mak kita juga. Macam kita dah gaduh dengan kawan ni, dah gaduh habis-habis. Sekali minggu depan ada show apa, dah berkawan semula.
Kan.
So you feel like, alamak, my mom already say, kau jangan kawan dengan dia lagi.
Betul.
Yeah, so but our mom have our best interest. My mom can see that coming. So she's waiting for us to actually terantuk, rasa macam this is what I was trying to tell you.
Yes. I think that's good lah, to just let our kids handle their emotion, handle their own, nak buat kawan macam mana korang nak ni handle, because I think that's a skill. Kita tak nak strawberry generation. Kita tak nak macam semua I provide for you, everything is good. At the end of the day, when they have problem, they don't know how to handle. So I think let our kids be. Jatuh. My kids kalau jatuh, I tak pergi sana yang kat kadau. I say bangun sendiri. Some parents bilang, dia jatuh. Tak apa, bangun sendiri. I said, bangun, okay, are you okay? Yes, I sayang you, everything. But you have to know how to handle your emotion. Jangan semua macam, not everything you have to complain. I not complain dengan, I will tell my kids this. Kalau kau nak kawan-kawan, don't complain to me. You handle yourself. You cannot just nak ni, okay, later we handle ourselves. So we shouldn't judge them, just like how we don't want people to judge us. And another thing is that my kids are not good either. My kids pun ada dia punya amar ke apa ke, ada dia punya perangai. At school he likes to tap his pen. My husband, itu student kalau tap pen ni aku tak boleh tahan tau. Dia suka buat macam tu. He has his issues also. So my son is not, bukan kata anak ustazah perfect. No, they have his issues. So I wouldn't want a child to say something to him. That's bullying.
Yeah.
So want to label him apa. I want a child to give him that, his friends to give him space and give him opportunity to be a better person. So I think we have to be less judgmental with the kids, and like how we also don't want people to judge us lah.
Ya, kalau kita nak orang be kind to our kids, you also got to be kind to other people's kids.
Betul. Tak payah ni wait you stick the slide so long already. Nah, my kid. You know, kadang-kadang kat playground tau, parents, it's okay, you know, we understand. Sometimes kids pun dorang ada dia punya tantrums and all that. So we cannot judge that. My Zaid is 5 years old. Zaid is always crying. Zaid dia punya tantrum, dia ada 4 pusar. 4 pusar. my the other son ada 2. Dia ada sekarang ada 4. He's extremely active. Tapi macam people who don't understand him, they won't understand. Kita faham. So but that doesn't mean he's a bad child. So I think we should really understand lah. Mana sekarang yang ada autism and all that. I saw a lot of them are like complaining jalan raya ada budak berserakan. Of course as parents you tell them don't berserakan lah, but I think we also need to raikan budak-budak. This is the problem dekat masjid. Kenapa budak-budak tak datang masjid? Sebab pakcik-pakcik marah. Sebab macam-macam marah. Kenapa tak tarik main-main, tak ada bising-bising. Habis nak budak apa? Statue gitu.
Betul. Budak dulu, but again budak dulu was 30, 40, 50 years ago.
Yes, budak
Times
dulu
has
takut
really
rotan.
changed. Takut. Sekarang budak question rotan.
Betul.
Like it's a different, like dulu mak tengok bapak gini aja, bam, everyone semua diam. Kan macam okay, that's it. Habislah. But now bapak tengok lagi. And they go like, yes, you tengok I ada cerita. So macam kadang-kadang kita macam ada some of them she shared, takut nak pergi masjid sebab takut nanti orang tengok anak kita berlari. But you're right, budak-budak they are kids. And I think we just got to be like that time I did tarawih and then there was a child crying, berlari and everything else. And I was just hoping, I was like, ya Allah, may everyone like give the mom space, because for her to come it's not easy.
Betul.
But then again I was thinking about what you're saying. Kadang-kadang like when the mom is flustered and everyone keeps quiet thinking that they give space to the mom, but the mom needs help pun kita tak tahu kan.
Betul. I think we can also offer the mom help lah. I pernah kasih ceramah dekat auditorium. A mother was struggling with the child. The child was crying, the baby. So what I did was, it was a forum. So when my co-speaker tengah berbual, I dah berbual, I actually went down. I asked her for the baby, and then I bawa baby tu keluar so she can listen, and the baby kept quiet after that. So macam we need to help other moms also. Jangan tu anak dia demi pasal. I think when you offer help, people are happy enough. Thank you very much.
Pressure tau. Macam kenapa dia nangis ni, ya Allah,
dekat
orang
pesawat
tengok aku.
Dekat aeroplane ke apa, kalau orang budak nangis kan.
Stress. Ni kan kau tak tahu tau. Macam like kalau nak tolong cakap pandai-pandai, macam faham. Like are you the better mom than me pun
tu susah juga.
Susah juga. So it's really hard nak jadi mak. Susah jadi mak, nak tolong, it's so tough. So if you have any question for Ustazah, sebab sekarang ni dah pukul we started quite late awal tadi. And what are the topics that you want Ustazah to share next week? Is it about teenage kids, which I think what are some of the problems that in your ceramah you have teenagers, Ustazah, coming to your show? I realize that a lot of your audience, Ustazah, that comes to your show, they're mu'alaf. Newly they are reverts, embracing Islam. Ataupun basically people like normal, not people who typically wants to just like reinforce, relearn, dengar balik, lupa apa, dengar balik. And some are really young. How young are your?
I have very young kids. Kadang-kadang mak pun nak ajak budak-budak tu. Tapi like teenagers, yes, we have teenagers 18, 19, 15,
21,
20s. Yeah. So teenagers ada, but I think for teenagers there are a lot of things that they are not bad people. We are all teenagers. And if I want to tell you, Fiza, I rasa kalau I nak play back my life 20 years ago when I was a teenager, there's a lot of things I would have done differently. But I grow because of my experience, my wisdom. Kan kita become wiser and all that.
For a good reason.
But kerana I actually dulu I pun bukan budak baik sangat. I pun budak, I can be considered, I'm the middle child, and I'm considered someone who like to answer back to my mom actually. So my mom, actually my sister never thought that I would become an ustazah. So macam I macam lah gangster, pakai attire macam gini kan, macam I don't like, not so gangster. Macam I don't feel like
rebel sikit lah.
Macam tak boleh mak cakap A, I kena cakap B. Kenapa tak boleh A? That kind of thing. But then at the end of the day, I realised that why I did that was because I wanted attention. I wanted something that I didn't get. So I wanted attention. Kerana budak-budak ni rebel sebab diorang nak attention. They don't feel, the underlying issues is they don't feel that they are loved. That's the first thing. They don't feel they are respected. They feel like they are being pushed around. Apalagi budak-budak sekarang, they don't like it. Mak bapak yang push around. Tapi you cannot just let go like that. Kau punya pasal lah, tak apa, nak apa, terima kasih tak. No, you have to really you that's why dalam Islam, bila diorang in primary school, that's the time when you teach them discipline, you teach them adab, akhlak, everything they have to know, Quran, everything. By the time they go to secondary school, you have to let them make their own decision. Allow them. I nak CCA ni ya, tapi bang, CCA ni apa yang bagus tapi dia nak CCA tu, silakan. This is your CCA. This is what you want. That's when we have to let go and respect. Some parents are not able to let go and respect what the children want. Sampailah anak tu nak kahwin. Anak tu nak kahwin tak nak, mak tak suka juga. It's not your choice. As long as the person is good, your child dah suka anak tu, you have to, my responsibility is to marry you off. So sampai kadang-kadang dah kahwin pun, you are still my baby, you are still my son, my this one. Tapi ada problem dengan menantu. Sebab nanti cakap dengan menantu, cakap dengan anak, you sayang isteri you ke you sayang I? They are in-laws who actually compete with their daughter-in-laws. And then you make, you know how many men actually feel torn? Actually macam, apa ni, aku nak dengar mana ni? Why like that? So macam kita make it easier. Perempuan ni, kita ni kena, we're very emotional. So try to, sometimes when you're emotional, you have children and all that, you have to have, kalau you're a single mom, if you're a single mom, it doesn't mean that you are any lesser. You can make decisions on yourself, by yourself. Kalau you ada husband, you have to really talk to your husband. Jangan husband yang tukang pamper, you tukang disiplin. When parents are not on the same path, the same page, very difficult. Very difficult. I've seen people keluar daripada Islam sebab bapak manja, mak tegas. I don't find love, I hate my mom. There's a lot of problem. So parents have to be on the same page.
So there's this thing about good cop, bad cop.
Yes.
So that's not encouraged.
I don't know. I
mean there's a parenting journey. Because I wanna, there's a beautiful perspective because macam ada orang cakap bad cop, good cop, but I personally feel like you're right about being on the same page as parents, so that your child don't get confused, get confused like dia kata boleh apa, tapi kau yang pandai-pandai tak boleh.
Abang say can what? Why you cannot? Then they will lose respect for the other parent.
The other parents.
So macam kadang-kadang, for example I tak agree with my husband kadang. My husband say something, I don't agree. I have to talk to him behind tau. You shouldn't say this, you shouldn't do that. Kalau my husband don't agree with me, he talk to me behind. So that our children still have respect for us. And there's another thing that I'm still learning lah. We are still very young, 12 years parents only. Me and my husband, there's one thing that we do. We always say sorry kalau kita salah. This is something I never heard from our parents. So
sorry
macam,
to your child.
Sorry to my child. So macam kadang I tengah emotional ke, termarah ke, apa. A sorry will come after that. I'm so sorry. Umi is, Umi was so overwhelmed with emotions. Umi was stressed and everything. Then they understand. Oh, okay, Umi, we understand. Children, they always forgive you. Then Masya Allah lah. So it's like, it's a journey. Parenting is not just about them, but it's also about you. How do you become a better person? Not only how they become better people.
So let's say, Ustazah, let's say you and your husband have a decision, and then kadang kita, we don't think alike all the time, and then he makes a decision yang macam, alamak, dia approve pula. Tak boleh ni, dia approve pula. So how do you interject? Like do you interject or you don't interject at all?
If the thing dah happen, then I macam redha lah.
Macam alamak, dia dah bagi dah pula. So so you tak masuk, you do not langgar then. Buat bodoh je, let it go.
Unless is something really tak boleh
lah, melainkan lah.
I will say something lah. Tapi sometimes I try to, men and women, kita tak faham kadang-kadang men nak buat. For example,
what's your point? Kau macam
kenapa you buat tu?
Kan macam what's your chain of thoughts?
So macam men sometimes they think very simple. I need to get this thing done. Contoh bila dulu I mengajar, my kids were all young, my husband will go drive through beli McDonald. So at that point of time I say, kenapa belikan diorang McDonald, they are still young and all that. But I have to understand, that's the easiest for him. He have 4 kids. That's the only thing he can just drive through. Takkan nak keluar. So I have to tone down. I cannot have my expectation tau. You tak boleh, you kena buat apa I nak. So sometimes we just, okay lah, kita expectation kita macam gitu jugalah. We try to respect, okay, this is how he handle and this is how I handle.
Yeah, go to see from your partner's perspective.
Betul. So parenting is all about partners. And in fact, if you are like separated with your husband,
itu susah juga tu.
Itu susah juga because you are not on different page, and then you have your own issues to solve, and then but you must make sure that it does not go into your kids punya issues. Like don't let it be a burden to them. So that is also another thing lah. which I won't talk about it lah, because I did not go through it. So when single parents ask me their divorce, I said I will not comment it because I do not know how does it feel like.
Yeah. Unless you go through it.
Unless we go through it.
Yeah, because it's a human thing. Unless you go through that, kadang-kadang kita tahu ni challenges dia, tapi dia nuance, dia punya sikit-sikit tu. Yang akan dapat betul-betul is small thing that makes a big difference. Yang kita tak faham tu, tak mengerti.
Like we cannot explain to people.
Tadi Ustazah ada kata tentang disiplin anak. Fiza, bila sekolah rendah tu paling penting untuk disiplin anak, ajar anak begini. And I want to ask you Ustazah, because I find it difficult, how do you discipline a child without being a tyrant? Tanpa terlalu macam like, kau kena buat gini. Tapi like, I want to tell you, this is firm and this is how it should be. But how do you macam disiplin orang tanpa you nampak garang?
Okay. I always tell myself there's a difference between being firm and being harsh.
Yes, how?
So I will be firm. And when I'm firm, they know I'm firm. I'm actually, I think personally pun I macam orang firm, jadi firm. So, but harsh is when I am harsh towards them and I hurt them. I don't respect them. That's harsh. I scold them. I don't listen to them. I don't respect their wishes, and it's nothing to be macam tak ada apa-apa. Ikut emotional. That is being harsh. So I always remind myself, be firm. Be firm means what? Be firm means when I tell you that there is no, for example, dia nak watch Ninjago lah katakan. Now what? I want to watch Ninjago. I said, you're not watching Ninjago until you finish all. Everything your homework, dah makan, dah solat, dah mandi, semua dah settle. Baru you can watch. And there's no negotiate, macam you tak boleh negotiate dengan I. I'm being firm. Once you don't get all this done, you cannot watch whatever you want. Okay, Umi, I'll do. So my husband ada macam, okay, we can watch Netflix only on Saturday nights. Okay, so alright, so you want to watch Netflix on Saturday, they know lah it's Saturday night. Bila Saturday night, you have to give it to them. Kalau you tak give, they be like, you tell me something but you don't, you tak ikut apa yang you janji. So macam dah you once you janji and you tunaikan and you are very firm with what you want, the kids will know what is it. And the kids will ultimately, because my kids are now 12 and 10, I can see that they know. They already know us. Macam mana Umi firm, what Umi like, what Umi don't like, why Umi doesn't like this. Okay, I know that. Contoh macam salam orang. Kadang-kadang budak-budak sekarang salam gini. I macam, no, you have to take two hands, you have to look into the eyes and salam. People give you money, people give you what, say thank you. These are the kinds of things yang macam firm. I'm firm. You have to do. You know, if daddy call, if my mother-in-law call ke apa, angkat telefon, cakap, how are you daddy? You know, that kind of thing. Ni bahasa, all these things like, I feel like you need to know all these things. So I'm quite firm with that. But harsh, don't be harsh. Jangan macam, kurang apa lah.
Dah bilang dah bagi tahu dah.
You lama, stupid lah you. All these words kan. Apalagi kalau tengah apa tahu, tengah mengajar.
Oh, mengajar.
Tak faham.
Ustazah, apakah doa-doa bila kita mengajar untuk masuk ke dalam ubun-ubun dan kita tak mengamuk Ustazah?
I rasa kita kena doa untuk diri kita.
Untuk diri kita. Dia macam, what? Is that like a quadruple way doa Ustazah?
Boleh lah, kita terangkan hati. When teaching my kids, I realise that I get more patient. I learn about patience. Actually kan, kita ada anak ni ajar kita sabaran.
Yeah.
I don't know how come I can be so patient with my kids. Macam, diorang yang ajar kita kesabaran, diorang yang ajar kita macam all these things. So macam tak faham kan. You tell yourself dulu, bila I tak faham division, I kalau ada remainder je I stress. My father always, patiently explain to me. So I always remind myself, no, I need to be patient with my kids also. Kalau I tak boleh patient, I stop. And then I stop. I said, I'll come back to you later. I tengah ada mood, tengah marah ke apa, I take break. I tell my husband, you take over.
Okay. Tell your partner, you take over. Okay. That's a good thing. Because you know your niat at the end of the day is like, you nak dia faham.
Betul.
You could take the easy way out, like, okay, put in this answer. But no, I want you to work for it. I want you to faham and write your own answer. Betul. So to get there, you macam boleh trigger tau, banyak kali tau. So thank you Ustazah. So would you just like istighfar all the time?
Oh, istighfar. Kadang kita istighfar kat dorang. Astaghfirullahalazim. Padahal bukan untuk kita tau, untuk dorang.
Untuk dorang.
Nanti ajar kita zikir tu. Kalau kadang macam gitu, macam astaghfirullahalazim. Padahal nak marahkan orang tau sebenarnya kan.
Astaghfirullah. Oh ya, betul-betul. Niat dah, lari dah. Betul-betul kan. Reflect
Actually keluar.
Astaghfirullah. No, anak-anak I, dia kalau nampak like each other, they will astaghfirullah ke each other.
They learn from us.
They learn from us. Astaghfirullah. Say, oh, Min tengah marah. Just say, oh, do I say that all the time? Astaghfirullah. Yeah, that astaghfirullah should be our zikir. Not untuk marahkan budak-budak. Ayo, Fiza. Ada katakan, yes. Okay, yang ni tadi bagaimana sabar nak ajak, bila nak ajak anak, that's the toughest actually to me lah. Bila nak ajak anak ni, because you have the least tolerance for people that you love, which is actually the irony of things.
Yes.
And I love it bila there was one posting that Ustazah did during Ramadan, something like the best of you is the best to your family.
Ada.
You posted that, and I felt like that is very tough, because the best, like we wanna our Rasulullah always advocate that, always be kind to your family.
Betul.
Tapi benda tu lah yang sangat susah kadang-kadang.
Betul kan. Kalau kat luar macam I takkan marah you, I takkan, we have
sabar.
patience.
Sabar.
Tapi dengan husband,
anak-anak,
betul? Lambat 1 minit je. Asal mana you ni anak-anak?
Hello, I've been waiting here. But if anyone else, it's only 5 minutes.
Why?
I don't know.
We take for granted lah that they love us, so they will accept us. So we are like, tak apalah, they seen the worst of us, so it's okay.
Yeah, that shouldn't be the way actually.
That
should be the way. Jangan lupa for next week, let us know what do you want to ask about anak-anak. Sebab I actually have this ustaz. If I were to just share the story I got from this person, anak dia in poly. So dia kata anak dia tiba-tiba tak nak berbual dengan dia, like whatever she wanted to wear, do whatever she wanted to do. So she started to be like macam lembut hati. She started to lembut hati dia. Tanya, what's wrong? Talk to me. Then the thing is, anak dia won't talk to the father, won't talk to the mom. So the father said, she's going through a phase. But the mom told me, but I've been waiting for this long. I cannot let her go through a phase yang boleh memusnahkan dia. Like I've made doa, Fiza. I dah doa hari-hari. I dah sampai tak marah. I told my husband, stop her weekly ke monthly punya duit jajan. Stop her money, so she will start listening to us. And my husband refuses, kata, to do that, because that will not bring her near to us but further away, he said.
She's 14 now.
She's 14. No, she's in poly.
On poly.
So I think about 18, 19, that kind of age.
Yes, betul.
That kind of age yang macam, I'm not going to talk to you. And she said, I tak tahu apa salah I sebagai mak. And she started crying. And I felt that pain. I felt that pain because the pain in not knowing apa you buat salah.
Betul.
As a mom. So do you get that kind of questions also from others?
Get question from others. Kadang-kadang I pun fikir macam, what did I do wrong? Macam gitu kan. Macam sometimes I think what we do is, the husband did the right thing. At this age when you are 17, 18, 19 kan, it's no point you confiscating things. It's no point you ambil benda. They will in fact rebel, and they feel like macam they resent you more lah, sebab you tak appreciate them, you tak trust them. So at this age, it's not about confiscating what they have. Everything about that has to be done when they are in primary school. The moment they are in secondary onwards kan, you have to be friends with them, like how our listeners cakap, right? You have to be friends with them. You have to really make them want to talk to you. And you have to, tak boleh pekik lagi, tak boleh marah. I ada mak-mak yang datang kat I, my son bawa girlfriend balik rumah. I know they are doing nonsense. What am I supposed to do? My son tak nak dengar I. It's
susahnya.
It's easy to say sabar, but you do not know how she's facing.
Probably ketuk the door and pull them out.
So she is facing a lot of issues tau. Macam what do I do? I cannot help. I don't know what to do and all that. So macam ada parents that come to me, my child have love bites. And then what am I supposed to do? Macam dia macam rasa macam very stressed. Of course lah, I cannot say sabar. I do not know how it feels. It feels horrible lah. I cannot imagine how it feels. Tapi kan, there's one solution that I can tell you all, which is it really works like crazy lah. And that is the doa of a mother. The doa. It doesn't matter what kind of thing. You just make doa for your child. And make now. Even your child belum beranak ke yang nak jadi mak ni kan. Doa for your child. Ya Allah, kasihkanlah isteri yang baik ataupun suami yang baik. Semua doakan. You do not know whether you can live that long to doa for your child. So you doakan. Honestly, I feel that I actually changed from being who I was last time to now. I think because of my mom's doa. My mom's doa. My sister, elder sister, aku tak boleh percaya kau jadi ustazah. Macam never thought but I did because I was sociable. I was this. But I think because my mom made doa for me and my mom brought us to Umrah, that's when I macam hati I terbuka. So Imam Bukhari pun, he was blind. But because his mom doakan, and he actually regained his eyesight. Yeah, that is a true story. And I even have my friend yang the husband
Masya
cannot
Allah.
speak until a certain age. Mak dia doa until the husband can talk. Macam bila the husband kecil tau. Subhanallah, a mother's doa is so powerful. It's not doa je. Doa is everything. So for those parents out there, sometimes we put in so much, effort. Aku dah cakap, aku dah gini, aku dah gitu. Our capacity is limited. Allah's capacity is never limited. So you ask from God, Allah can change his heart. Allah is the Malik. Allah is the king of everything. Allah control your son's heart, your children's heart. Allah can change them. So you doa dengan Allah. Ya Allah, lembutkan hati dia. Ya Allah, gini. And also muhasabah. Muhasabah. Is there something that I should do? Sometimes kita ada masalah macam gini lah. Mak-mak bangun malam tahajud. Kalau tak, kita pun susah nak bangun tahajud. So, I really believe in that. Doa for your children. Whatever situation, it might be a very difficult situation. Doa. One day, Allah will show you a way. Allah will open a door. And you realize that, yes, Allah had made it easy for me. Something that I've been worrying so much, today Allah make it easy for me. Yeah. So, insyaAllah lah.
It's so tough to do all this while tengah susah hati. Tengah nampak benda yang salah tu obviously depan mata you. Things that you betul-betul nak buat and you like tengah geram sangat kan.
Tu anak you say, you sayang.
Yeah, you sayang, yeah.
InsyaAllah.
Anger is because of sayang.
Betul.
Most times it's like you will not be angry for someone that you don't care.
Betul.
You feel angry about someone that you care about. And when you tengah marah tu, it's hard for you to think of like, okay, what other doa untuk tenangkan. It's more of like, out now, do this now, then ada katakan Fiza, yes, it's so true. I believe that my parents' dua has protected me from so many bad things in life. Yes, truly. Until today, I will say that it's my mom's dua that I got a job in video then, because there was like 200 people applying for the job, 100 people applying for the job, and then this girl who comes in without makeup, whatever, no experience, zero, and got the job. It's my mom's dua. I always think about it like mom's dua is so important.
Betul. It is doa je lah. I mean like, just doa lah. Just really doa. Is who we are today, we might never know is because our mom make doa for us.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. And also don't underestimate your doa for your child.
Yes,
for your
make
child.
doa for your child.
How do you doa for your child every day? I thought that you shared with us that every time you masak nasi, you akan you akan baca Bismillah all the time.
Baca surah Al-Fatihah,
Al-Fatihah.
Baca Ya Latif. Ya Latif tu Allah kan maha melembutkan hati. Ya Wadud, Allah yang buatkan put kasih sayang indah heart. And I really feel in this, I just masak Al-Fatihah. I don't even allow my helper to cook. The rice, kalau you nak masak untuk diri you, okay. Tapi the rice is me. I masak apa, everything with my hand. And I baca doa, selawat and everything. And I give my children makan. Ini bukan jampi. Tapi ni macam, it will go in, and as your child's and your husband's blood flowing in their body, it makes you lagi mesra and all that. Really lah, kalau tak ada kemesraan, why should your child listen to you?
Yeah.
You must have that kemesraan. You must have that love keluar. It's not just about going somewhere. You can have fun even just at home, but you really need to show your child that you are everything to me and I love you very much.
Masya Allah. Once again, I nak share with you bahawa today today's show of course is in support of kita nak mengumpul dana untuk Masjid Al-Amin. Harian dalam hari Jumaat dan penghulu segala hari. Kita tahu bahawa every time is Friday, it's a little bit more special to us, to all of us. Dan kalau ramai kaum Adam yang telah pun on the way ke masjid ataupun tengah tonton kita live sekarang ini, jangan lupa untuk scan PayNow untuk menderma mungkin derma Jumaat anda hari Jumaat ini ke Masjid Al-Amin. This is a scan of PayNow untuk you derma. Mungkin like how much do you usually like masuk dalam tabung masjid? $1, $2, $10. Ada yang masuk your loose change is $50 perhaps kan, $100 apa-apa. This is the derma of Cakap Masjid for Masjid Al-Amin. And thank you so much Ustazah Shameem Sultanah. Next we will see you again. We'll talk more about parents. Maybe we'll share, maybe we'll like chat more offline. And any last parting words, any like macam ada tak macam a story of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, of parenting that you want to depart or share with us before we end the show, Ustazah?
Okay. Just now you were saying about PayNow and all that kan, sedekah. I think one thing my mum taught me, and of course Rasulullah SAW also taught us, is that bila anak I ada problem kan, sakit ke ada problem kan, my mother bila bilang sedekah, ambil duit kasih orang, ambil duit kita taruh somewhere, and it really helps. So sometimes when we have problem, we thinking how to solve that problem. Tapi when we ease other people's problem, Allah will ease our problem. So always do that. And always pay attention to what your children say. Nothing is small lah. Rasulullah SAW has, this is one child, Abu Umair nama dia. This child, dia ada satu burung tau, burung pet bird lah. Lepas tu satu hari ni, every time Rasulullah met him, Rasulullah will ask him, how is your burung, how is your bird, but tanya dia tau. Lepas tu dia macam felt very honoured. Wah, Rasulullah is asking me about my my pet. Padahal benda ni macam lama dia ni main-main. Kita tak bilang, how's your this one kan? Main lah kurang gitu kan. Tapi when the pet bird died, Rasulullah actually went to his house and he visited him. Oh, you want to see my mom? No, I'm not going to visit your mom. I want to visit you because your pet bird passed away.
Oh.
So he felt so touched. Rasulullah SAW actually honoured him. Now this show to me and I think to all of us that benda kecil yang remeh tu is a big thing to our child. That handphone, that WhatsApp chat, that this one, that apa-apa benda, it might be like, alamak apa ni, kita ada benda besar lagi kan. To them it means the world. So we need to appreciate what they have, and they then can balas the appreciation to us lah. Like appreciate that my mom actually understand me, especially when your child dah besar. You don't have to make decisions for your children. In fact, a study shows that in psychology, kalau a child as young as 18 months old, you need to allow the child to make her own decision. Nak pakai baju apa, nak apa kan? Kita nak pakai baju ni, nak pakai baju oren tu juga kan? So we need to allow. So that's when we are not the controller of our kids. We are just there to guide them what is right and what is wrong. And remember that we might also be wrong. So both of us, we ask Allah for guidance. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Both of us, Allah need to guide us. In parenting, we might do things that is wrong. Kan? So we also ask Allah to guide us.
Yeah.
And last kali, I want to tell you, sebelum you berbual dengan your husband ke berbual dengan anak you kan, baca Rabbi shrahli sadri. Ya Allah, lapangkanlah dadaku. Wa yassirli amri, dan permudahkanlah urusanku. Wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli, dan my tongue loosen up all the the knots in my tongue so that they can understand what I say. Because when you talk, this is you can find in Surah Taha verse 25. Prophet Musa, when he wants to meet Fir'aun, he doesn't know what to talk. But the most important thing in communication is when you talk, the other person can understand you.
You're right.
So Allah will put the right words in your mouth. Allah will show you the right way
Allah.
for you to talk to your children, insyaAllah.
Yeah. Sometimes you practice, you clear ni, but it's a message received.
Betul. Cakap tapi tak receive.
Communication is when the message is received.
Betul.
It's when you're talking, you tak dengar, not received. There's no communication.
Betul.
Oh, Ustazah, thank you so much. And these are again things that I learned in Masscom. Communication with CV, we get it. But the application, the untuk kita keep on reminding ourselves. And I'm so grateful, Alhamdulillah. Thank you Cakap Masjid for for being back. I mean for enabling me to have Cakap Masjid, because I feel excited every Friday is like my personal kuliah with all these asatiza, and then to start it with yourself. It's like meeting like of course as Ustazah, but a friend.
I'm happy to meet you, seriously.
I'm so happy to meet you.
Allah. I dengan Fiza okay, can.
I was like, when I saw that, dah datang lambat tadi, macam like, alamak, Ustazah Shameem.
It's okay.
So I feel so happy. Okay, ada kiriman ni. Okay. Assalamualaikum, girlfriend and Ustazah is true. Seorang ibu, doa seorang ibu like mine. Anak sulung I ni nak sangat naik motor and ada motor untuk transportasinya. So I selalu kata, no, tak boleh. Tapi I redha. Tiap kali dia ambil test dan dia fail. There's one day dia datang ke arah saya. Dia kata, mak doa, mak redha mak. Kasihlah orang pas. And I start to doa for her. And then she passed. It's true, doa mak betul-betul berkesan. Jadi anak saya sangat happy bila dia pass lesen motor dia. Masya Allah.
Betul-betul. Kalau I ada exam kat luar negeri, I stress je call mak. Mak doakan mak. Then when put down the phone, right, you feel like okay, I can do this.
And it happens to me every single time. Okay, I take the mic and go to the stage. Benda-benda yang remeh kadang-kadang.
Betul.
Remeh. Macam sudahlah, banyak kali kau nak call aku, nak macam nak pergi stage. But there's certain events that I'm so caught up dengan nak host ni. For example lah, APM very big kan. Tengah make up, tengah buat sekali naik stage kan. And I didn't call my mom. I'm telling you, the moment alamak, lupa call mak
Something is wrong
Something is wrong. It really mentally macam like, alamak, lupa call mak. And then so I need to call my mom.
Betul.
Macam, okay, dah call mak. Mak doakan.
Sekarang pun sama kan kita orang macam gini kan. I kalau pergi interview ke mak doakan mak. Macam mak doakan. Okay, mak doakan. Terus dah kita cakap okay, ada sometimes some kind of power in us.
Okay, doakan. Padahal mungkin doakan, ya Allah pemudahkanlah. Okay. It works. Kan? Yang ini Assalamualaikum Ustazah, betul. I selalu doakan anak-anak, lembutkan hati mereka, moga jadi anak yang soleh dan soleha, akhlak yang mulia. InsyaAllah, I'm a working mother of 3 teenagers. Dan ada yang mencemburui dengan cara baik. Assalamualaikum semua, untung masih ada mak. Which is a good reminder to all of us.
Very
For all of us. Alhamdulillah masih ada mak. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Ni ajak mak pergi Swensen sana.
Alah, order sekali apa yang aku suka makan. Thank you Ustazah. Assalamualaikum. Hari ni semoga dapat pergi Swensen dengan mak. Dapat belanja mak, bahagikan mak. Sometimes all we want to do is nak bahagikan mak kita.
Betul.
What we make for, I think we've reached this age in our life that if we make our mom happy, it makes us very happy.
Betul. Masakkan something mak makan, kita tengok mak kita dah tua makan aku dah besar, dah tua bangka ni masakkan mak. Dulu mak yang masakkan kita Masya Allah.
It touches you Mungkin I don't cook as often lah, but when I buy something and my mom likes it, macam my mom approves, actually I don't tell her, but I feel like my mom approves. Or like macam when my mom actually ask me for a favor, macam tolong belikan aku ni, I take it as bestnya belikan mak. Really like macam like, oh bestnya mak nak I belikan something, and which means she will have to like it because she asked for it. Yes. She will like it. Betul. So Alhamdulillah, ya Allah, give me like many more years for us to be able to berjasa semula pada mak kita. Amin ya rabbal alamin.
Dan apa kita buat dengan mak bapak kita, anak kita pun akan buat dengan kita, insyaAllah.
But what if ada yang cakap, saya ni baik dengan mak kita, baik dengan mak saya, tapi anak saya tak dengar kata. I've heard that before.
Okay, that's a challenge to you. I mean, if you see Yaqub alaihi salam, Prophet Yusuf, dia baik, Prophet Yaqub. Tapi anak dia out of 12, 10 of them actually wanted to kill Prophet Yusuf. Does that mean that he is a bad man? No, he's not a bad man. His father is Prophet Ishaq. His grandfather is Prophet Ibrahim. So that doesn't mean that he's a bad man. Sometimes we have done our best, but Allah want to test us with this.
And that's our test.
That's our test. And there's nothing wrong with it. That's our test. So macam there's something that Allah wants to manifest. Kita punya kesabaran ke, kita punya apa. You tengok Nabi Nuh. Anak dia Nabi. Anak dia tak dengar dia. You tengok Nabi Lut pun sama. Anak tak dengar dia. So we are given test like that. That doesn't mean that we are bad. Okay, but yes, of course, kalau kita jahat dengan mak bapak kita, that is one in dalam hadis Rasulullah, a few hadis that say that salah satu benda yang azab dia cepat, yang Allah tak akan lambatkan di dunia ni adalah when kita derhaka pada mak bapak. We will get the impact here. You will get. Nanti kita tua, something will happen to us, or it just we don't have to wait for akhirat. Kita derhaka mak bapak kita looking mak bapak kita tak ada orang yang berapa aku nak kasi mak bapak aku macam dia kaya apa, kasih kita looking dengan orang, kita tak muliakan orang, nanti it will come back to us. And also there is another hadis, Rasulullah SAW says that kehinaan. So the sahabat ask, kehinaan untuk siapa? Dia kata kehinaan untuk orang yang mana dia ada ibu bapa yang tua, tapi dia tak gunakan masa tu untuk that peluang untuk masuk syurga. That is that. You have a lot of people complain about, it's not easy to take care of old people.
Not easy.
Dengan diapers, dengan leakage,
Cranky.
dengan apa, cranky.
Yeah.
Ya Allah, I took care of my grandmother. I can see it's not easy. Tapi apa tu, that is your ladang pahala nak masuk syurga. So if you waste it, then you waste that opportunity lah.
Salam Fiza, please don't mention my name. Ada WhatsApp baru masuk ni. Berdosa tak kalau seorang anak tu benci atau berkecil hati dengan mak? Saya anak sulung, ada 3 adik-beradik. So adik bongsu perempuan saya ni, dia tinggalkan anak dari umur 2 minggu sampai sekarang dengan mak saya. Balik sekejap, hilang bertahun. Balik sekejap, hilang bertahun. Mak saya ni pula yang jaga makan minum budak tu sampai sekarang. Budak tu berumur 11 tahun. Part saya ni bulan-bulan kena kasih mak saya duit walaupun saya tak nak bekerja. Saya berikan suami saya suami yang kasih makan. Tapi saya akan berikan mak saya tiap bulan tanpa putus. Saya pula sekarang ni harus bertanggungjawab pasal sekolah anak saudara saya. Terpaksa ambil lawyer untuk stationary declaration menyatakan bahawa anak dia bawah penjagaan saya. Kalau tak, susah nak uruskan sekolah atau sakit pening dia. Apa-apa hal sekolah, cikgu dia akan cari saya. Adik saya ni untung. Adik saya ni hutang alung melibatkan adres mak saya dan adres saya lagi. Dia pernah kena tangkap polis. Saya ni yang sibuk turun naik stesen sampai dia masuk prison. Keluar, perangai sama lagi. Macam-macam perangai adik saya buat. Dah balik rumah mak, tetap bawa balik jantan pulang ke rumah saya dan tidur sekali kat rumah saya ni. Lepas tu dia pinjam duit bapak saya 2,000 konon nak bayar alung. Dah 3 tahun dah dia larikan diri dia. Kita semua ni yang kena tanggung, diganggu oleh alung. Tutup lepas 3 tahun, tiba nak bayar, tapi sebetulnya dia nak cari rumah sewa dengan jantan dia. Saya tegur, saya yang salah. Sampaikan saya pula yang kena maki macam-macam dengan mak saya yang marah saya sebab saya tegur adik saya. Segala panggilan perempuan ni lah, perempuan tu lah, maki hamu lah saya kena. Sehingga kan anak dan suami saya pun kena maki sebakul. Nak dipendekkan cerita, segala apa yang saya buat ni salah. Mak saya akan tetap backup adik bongsu saya. Dia buat salah macam mana pun, mak saya tak pandang. Mak saya akan lihat saya punya kekurangan. Jadi bila saya bersuara, tak boleh balik-balik saya yang kena marah sebab saya yang tegur dia. Segala kata keji maki hamun saya akan kena. Mak maki is maki yang betul-betul, Fiza, bukan macam biasa. Perempuan ni mak saya akan maki saya. Sebab saya pernah ada masa silam saya. Jadi benda tu yang lama dulu menjadikan sebab saya tak boleh bersuara atau menegur apa yang saya salah. Nanti sejarah hidup saya waktu saya 17 tahun dia akan korek semula, bongkar semula, cakap semula. Walaupun I dah settled down, dah 11 tahun I kahwin, dah ada anak, tapi masih menanggung masalah adik-beradik saya. Semenjak berperang besar ni, saya dah tak nak masuk campur lagi. So now I rest my case. Saya bawa diri dan matikan diri. Dan saya nak tanya, adakah berdosa kalau saya benci atau kecil hati dengan mak saya?
Okay. Sebenarnya kan kalau kita tak boleh tukar kan, bapak pun tak boleh tukar. Okay. Then dalam Al-Quran pun Allah kata, Allah wajibkan after worshipping Allah, after beribadah dengan Allah, kita kena baik dengan mak bapak. I think all of us know this, kan? Tapi Allah didn't give any condition tau mak bapak macam mana. So ada orang mak bapak yang tak pernah jaga dia, mak bapak yang gini, mak bapak yang maki hamun, like how you say, mak bapak yang berat sebelah, mak bapak yang mana dia tak fair, dia sayang adik-adik yang lain je. Kita yang salah, kita yang kena tanggung. There's a lot of case There's a lot of case like that. Mak bapak yang mana dia lebihkan, pentingkan satu anak ataupun pentingkan semua anak, yang anak ni lah yang kena tanggung semua. Now, what I feel is that Allah tak salah alamat. Allah kasih kita dengan mak kita, memang kat rahim mak kita lah. Allah tak tersalah. Jadi itulah mak kita. Jadi Allah takkan salah, dan Allah berikan kita ujian daripada mak kita, itulah mak kita. Jangan kita macam asal mak aku macam ni, memang Allah nak uji kita bab tu. Jadi kalau ni ada anak, adik-beradik you ni, adik you ada ada anak kan yang you jaga semua kan. I rasa it's Allah nak kasih banyak pahala.
Yeah,
Rasulullah SAW yang jaga pun pakcik dia, Abu Talib. Betul tak? Jaga apa, it's a lot of pahala tu jaga. You anggap dia bukan anak yatim, tapi you anggap macam orang yang mana mak bapak dia tak kisah pasal dia. Foster child, that kind of thing. This is a lot of pahala you jaga. So Allah sayang you, Allah kasih you pahala. Dan dalam macam ni kan, they are people who macam I yang nak kasih mak bapak I yang jaga, belikan pampers mak, belikan apa, yang jaga. Adik-beradik semua tak kisah. Bila mak meninggal, diorang datang, diorang cakap, abang-abang semua cakap apa, aku ada hak 2 bahagian. Macam mana Ustazah? How can I give? Why is Allah unfair? Ada yang tengok, kenapa macam gini? Quran sudah kasih 2 bahagian. Then I will tell that person, dia nak makan, dia makan lah. Dia nak ambil, dia ambil lah. Kan? Allah is, you must understand that Allah is fair. Allah adil. You ambil duit. Duit is nothing, Allah can give you kebahagiaan dengan duit yang sikit. Allah boleh kasih kita, ada orang kaya yang betul-betul ada duit. There are people who has a lot of money, tapi they don't have happiness. They don't have barakah. They don't have anything. Ada je benda dekat dalam their life that they know something is wrong. So Allah make your life good. Allah make that. You have to yakin yang Allah sayang you, yang Allah give you the best. So now jangan have grudge towards your mother. Your mother memang salah. Tak ada mak yang perfect. Kita semua pun tak perfect. Mak kita pun tak perfect. Tapi kita maafkan sebab dia mak kita. Dalam Quran Allah kata, ingat what our parents did to us. Betul tak? It's difficult. Sometimes kita ada macam ingat mak dengan bapak kan. Tapi ingat, if not because of them, kita pun tak ada kat sini. Betul tak? Kita ingat, kita doakan, tapi kita ada boundaries. Boundaries kita is, they are things that we cannot allow ourselves to be step step on lah. Orang gunakan kita, adik-beradik yang minta duit kita. Nanti kalau you just give adik-beradik and all that, you suami isteri yang gaduh.
Yeah.
Sebab this is not your issues. So you do what is right within your boundaries. Apa yang you tak boleh control, you serahkan. Kalau mak you nak pergi hospital, katakan you bayar. Apa you bayar, mak nak makan apa, bayar. You do your tanggungjawab as a child. Tapi kalau apa-apa yang part adik you, yang apa yang adik you buat, I think you have to have a boundary there. That is not my issue, I cannot help you. But if it affects my parents, then I just help my parents. And when you help your parents, remember that you help your parents is for your ladang pahala. You are the one getting pahala. Don't have any expectation. Bila kita buat untuk mak bapak kita ataupun untuk orang lain, jangan ada expectation. Aku dah buatkan mak macam ni, tapi mak tak. Mak macam gini dengan aku. Tak. I buat sebab I follow what Allah want to say. Nanti anak I akan buat baik dengan I. Tapi my mother tak appreciate, tak apa. I have done my part. So insyaAllah, may Allah ease this person's affair, insyaAllah.
Amin.
Memang kita kadang-kadang macam surah Yusuf. Sekarang tengah ajar surah Yusuf. Adik-beradik dia pun challenge dia. Sampai dengki dengan dia, sampai jealous, sampai apa, buat macam gini, nak bunuh dia. So we might have test like that. Kita ni adik-beradik yang macam those kind of person. Alamak, kenapa ni adik-beradik aku macam gini kan. Tapi itu adalah ujian yang Allah berikan pada kita. Tapi kalau you ada husband you yang baik, atau wife yang baik, then you just concentrate on your small family and appreciate, ya Allah, I'm so appreciative because I have a good family here. So Alhamdulillah. There's a lot of things, kalau kita nak complain dalam hidup kita, banyak boleh complain. But there are other blessings that Allah has given us, so focus on that lah.
Masya Allah. Thank you so much Ustazah for that sharing, and I hope, I'm sure that has lightened sikit lapangan dada sedikit. Semoga hari Jumaat ni, dan seperti kata Ustazah, kalau awak rasa sangat berat hati, sangat dibebani oleh masalah, the best thing is always untuk derma. Dan mungkin if you like, I'm having masalah, why must I derma? Then again, what Ustazah share with us, kalau kita ringankan beban orang, beban orang lain, semoga beban yang kita pikul ni diringankan.
Betul. There's a hadis for that. Allah will help us if we help others. Allah will make it easy for us if we make it easy for others. So that's the formula lah. So dermalah, jangan tak derma.
Amin ya Rabbal. Semoga derma awak hari ni diterima Allah SWT, dan juga akan meringankan apa-apa yang memberatkan. Kadang-kadang kita nak buat kerja pun kita tak ada mood now. Benda-benda you don't know, sometimes kadang-kadang I feel like, okay, no, honestly I'm going to derma because sometimes you feel like you don't know what's wrong lah. Benda-benda yang macam memberatkan you dari nak membuat kerja. So let's hope that with this derma akan ease your whatever you're feeling, rasa berat hati dan sebagainya, untuk dapat be happy. That your happy stuff. Thank you, Ustazah. I'll see you next week, insyaAllah. And see you next week. And selamat berswensen dengan Mak hari ni. Amin. Rabbal Alamin. Assalamualaikum.